Hello everyone, this is going to be the third video in the Learning Elixir series. Learning Elixir series. I think I got a bit too used to baby talk, said series. Anyways, yeah, today we're gonna be actually coding some Elixir. So first things first, how we get into the Elixir interactive console. So Elixir has this really convenient feature called Elixir Interactive. So, or Interactive Elixir actually. So how we get into that, once we've had Elixir installed, which was done in our previous video, we can simply type IEX, hit enter, and there we go. We have an interactive Elixir console, and we can run all sorts of Elixir commands and functions here. Let's say we want to do 1 plus 1. There we go, we have 2. Let's say we want to do 5 plus 5, 10, and whatever other things we're going to do. So this is the first thing you're going to need to interact with when learning Elixirs, just so you can understand the basics. It's for testing, it's for validating your code. You're going to be using this a lot during development. So this is the first tool you need to know about when programming with Elixir. So what next? All right, we're going to go through our basic data types in Elixir, and we're going to go through them individually. And yeah, first up is we have our integers. So we had some integers before. Integers are numbers, whole numbers, that is, whether they're negative or positive. So we can actually type a negative number here. Yeah, positive numbers. So yeah, that's it for integers pretty much. Next up, we have floating points. Floating points, I'm trying to remember if there's another name for it in some other languages. Yeah, none's coming to mind, but yeah, floating points. These are numbers with decimals in there. So 2.33, 6.5, and yeah, so forth. 0.1. Those are floating point or floats. Floating point or float numbers. And next we have booleans, which is true or false. And again, in a really common thing in other languages. This is something you don't necessarily see in every language. It's called an atom. So how an atom is represented, it is represented by first using a colon and then whatever you want after it. Yeah, and that's an atom. If you're familiar with Ruby, they're called symbols in Ruby. But yeah, so atom, you can't use a number for an atom. However, you can use a string to get that to work. Yeah, that's an atom. That's something not really unique to Elixir, but it's something that you won't necessarily find in every other programming language. Next up, the string. This you'll find in every other one. String, apple, yeah. Strings are just characters, a list of characters essentially, or perhaps a bad way of putting it. But they're words, binaries, and we actually have one more one more thing to go through. So this is a string. When a string, it has 2 single quotes. This is actually a real character. That's what we refer to as a character list. It's still a string, still a binary, but specifically a character list binary. So you can see that's represented a little differently there. Yeah, and that that takes care of all the basic data types. Okay, actually, let's go a bit further. Let's look at some of the more advanced data types. These won't be the basic ones. However, they're good to know anyways because you'll probably be working with them a lot. So, first is the tuple. So tuple is represented by two curly brackets, open and close. It can have pretty much any number of parameters in there. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Everything is separated by commas, and that's a tuple. A tuple cannot be looped over like a list. Keep that in mind, but you can run a function that goes tuple.toList and add your tuple to convert it to a list. And while we're there, that's a list. So yeah, a list is a collection of items contained between two square brackets, as we just showed. Another thing common in most languages. So that's that, and we can also have a keyword list. So this is just like a list, however, it contains key value pairs. So we can have this this is like a list, and then we have k and an atom k and a string value v, and that's a keyword list. And that's a cool little trick we have there. And we also have one more key value store, which is called a map. This is also called a dictionary or a hash map in other languages. Or you might, if you use JavaScript, you might recognize it as a JSON object. Or in other languages, they're just called an object as well. That's what a map is. So in Elixir, it's denoted by the percentage sign and two curly braces. So, and then we have the key value pairs in here, just like before the keyword list. We can use k as an atom and v as a string value, and there we go. You might notice that up here I used a colon before to represent an atom, and in the map or key value stores using the colon after to represent an atom, which is a key in the key value pair. We can also in a map specifically, we can also have a different type of a key for though aside from an atom. For any variables we want to store, we can actually have a string or a number of other variable data types as a key, and whatever we want as the value as well. However, for keyword lists, we have to have the atom as the key. Yeah, that's it for data types for now. Thanks for watching. Next time, we're gonna go through basic operations, and I'm gonna show you how to use all these data types. Thanks for watching. Please hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't. Remember, I'm gonna put out one of these every day for the next 1.5 weeks. Thanks for watching. See you next time.